Mabuhay! I am Mark Jerome Ilagan. I am a cruise line operation and culinary arts student from Lyceum of the Philippine University, Laguna. So in today's video, we will gonna demonstrate some different recipes from European cuisine. So for our canapé, we will be making a egg and bacon canapés. For our salad, we will be making a shrimp salad with mayonnaise. For our soup, we will be making a chicken soup. For our sandwich, we will be making a ham sandwich. For our main course starch, we will be making a potato starch. For our main course protein, we will be making a fish fillet. For our main course sauce, we will be making a tartar sauce. For our main course side dish, we will be making a vegetable side dish. And for our dessert, we will be making a feta cake. In our first recipe, we will be making an egg and bacon canapés. So here are the ingredients in making our canapés. So we have a 6 slices of white bread, mustard, mayonnaise, chopped parsley, white pepper, bacon strips, and 2 boiled eggs. In our first step, let's melt some butter to toast our bread. After we melt our butter, let's apply some white bread to toast it. So after we toast our bread, let's now cut it into round shape using our egg molder. So for our egg, let's cut it into crosswise. So in our next step, let's mix the mayonnaise and mustard. So let's put 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise and 1 tablespoon of mustard. Let's mix it together. White pepper to taste. To assemble our canapé, let's put some paste. Then let's put some slice of egg. And for our last step, let's garnish it with bacon strips. And parsley. In our second recipe, we will be making our shrimp salad with mayonnaise. So here are the ingredients in making our salad. So we have our tomatoes, shrimp, lettuce, water, salt, white pepper, mayonnaise, celery, and lemon. In our first step, let's put a 3 quarts of water to our boiling pan. So after we boil our water, let's now add our shrimp. Then let's simmer it within 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of simmering our shrimp, let's now chop it into tiny pieces. In our bowl, let's mix the chopped shrimp together with our celery, lemon juice, and our mayonnaise. Let's mix it. Then let's add some salt and pepper to taste. To assemble our salad, let's add our lettuce, then our tomatoes, and lastly our finished shrimp salad. Then let's garnish it with chopped parsley. In our third recipe, we'll be making our simple chicken soup. So here are the ingredients in making our chicken soup. So here we have our chicken stock, chicken breast, 1/2 cup of rice, chopped carrots, onions, celery, parsley, bay leaf, and salt. In our first step, let's now pour our 4 cups of water into our boiling pot. Then let's put our chicken breast. Then let's cover it. Then let's simmer it within 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes of simmering our chicken, let's set aside this first to let it cool. So now let's add our carrots. Then our celery, onions, and lastly our bay leaf. So after we simmer our vegetables, let's add now our rice. Then let's add some chicken stock. Then let's cook this within 10 to 12 minutes. So after the rice was cooked, let's add now our shredded chicken. Then let's warm it within 1 minute. For our last step, let's add now our parsley. Then let's season it with salt to taste. In our fourth recipe, we'll be making a ham sandwich. And here are the ingredients in making our ham sandwich. So we have the mayonnaise, 4 slices of bread, 2 slices of cheese, 2 slices of ham, 2 pieces of lettuce, white onions, tomatoes, and mustard. In our first step, let's combine the mayonnaise and mustard in a bowl. Put a 5 tablespoons of mustard. Then 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Then let's mix it to create our paste. So after we create our paste, let's now spread it into our sliced bread. To assemble our ham sandwich, let's layer it with sliced cheese. Then let's put tomatoes. Then let's put ham. Then our lettuce. Then let's top it with the remaining bread. In our fifth recipe, we'll be making our main course starch, which is potato starch linses. So here are the ingredients in making our potato starch. So we have 2 parts of the ingredients. This is for the starch and this is for the filling. For the starch, we have mashed potatoes, all-purpose flour, water, salt, and 4 eggs. For our filling, we have 1 egg, sugar, salt, and shredded cheese. In our first step, let's put the 1/4 cup of flour and 1 cup of water. Then let's stir well. Let's put the 4 eggs in a bowl. Let's mix it. Then let's add our mashed potatoes. Continue mixing it. And our salt. So after we melt our butter, let's now fry our starch. After we fry our starch, let's set aside this first. For our filling, let's add now the cheese. Then 1 piece of egg. Then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then 2 tablespoons of sugar. Let's mix it well. In this step, let's now add 2 tablespoons of filling into our mix. So in our last step, let's fry again our bases using our butter. In our next recipe, we'll be making our main course routine, which is fish fillet. So here are the ingredients in making our fish fillet. So here we have our cream dory, flour, breadcrumbs, cooking oil, egg, and for our seasoning we have salt and pepper. In our first step, let's combine the flour, salt, and pepper. So let's mix it well. In this step, let's now dip the cream dory into the flour, into the egg, to our breadcrumbs. To cook our fish fillet, let's now pour our 2 cups of cooking oil into our pan. Then let's put now our fish fillet into our hot oil. So after our fish fillet was cooked, let's now set aside this and let it cool. In our next recipe, we will be making our main course sauce, which is our tartar sauce. So here are the ingredients in making our tartar sauce. So we have here our whisk and bowl, mayonnaise, lemon, chopped onions, chopped parsley, and for our seasoning we have salt and pepper. In our first step, let's combine the mayonnaise, then lemon juice, chopped onions, then let's season it with salt, pepper, and for our garnish, let's add some parsley. In our next recipe, we will be making our main course vegetable side dish, which is quick vegetable sauté. So here are the ingredients in making our quick vegetable sauté. So here we have our mixed vegetable, which is carrots, corn, and green peas. We have here also in oil, onions, and for our seasoning we have salt and pepper. To sauté our vegetables, let's now pour our cooking oil. Then let's add now our onions. Let's now add our mixed vegetables. For our last step, let's now season it with salt and pepper to taste. In our sixth recipe, we'll be making a dessert, which is our feta cake. So here are the ingredients in making our feta cake. So we have here our feta crackers, milk, dark chocolate, all-purpose flour, milk, and sugar. In our first step, let's now pour the milk. Then add the sugar. Then our flour. Then lastly, our dark chocolate bar. Then let's mix it until all the ingredients are dissolved. So after we dissolve all the ingredients, let's now add the whipped cream and continue mixing our mixture. Let's simmer it until the mixture thickens to have a good consistency. So in this case, let's now remove it from the heat and set aside this first to let it cool. So in this step, let's now dip the feta crackers into our milk. Then let's put it in our glass bowl. Then let's add now our chocolate mixture. Let's repeat the layering process. So after we finish layering our feta cake, let's now top it with crushed feta crackers. For our last step, let's now chill our feta cake within 3 to 4 hours.